Eddie was going to join us, and for some reason, either something happened to her. I sent her a couple emails. I don't know what happened. She was all set on being on the show. We even changed the night to this night, so it was better for her. I don't know what happened. So we're going to wing it. But what are you going to do? Every day has a challenge, and these are the days we're living in. It seems like everyone is feeling stressed out, and I don't know. I've been going on TikTok a lot, and I'm seeing these videos that are really kind of bothering me. That everybody seems to be in some kind of a loop, like we're living in some kind of a limbo twilight zone. I don't know. Everybody has like a spiritual awareness, or they're just a little edgy. I don't know about you guys. I know I am.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like everyone's on autopilot right now with this whole last year and everything, and talking about all the UFOs getting declassified and paranormal stuff going on, and there's a whole lot of events going on out there right now, and everyone's just kind of just auto right now.
Yeah, it seems like there's a heaviness in the air that you're waiting for something like the floor to drop out. It's like, well, what's it going to happen?
Right.
Yeah, there's like 85% humidity today. It was pretty heavy outside.
Yeah.
I love,
but you know what? You know what? I was at work today in the last 2 or 3 days at work. Everybody's been mean. You know what I mean? Mean, nasty. Not a good thing to say about anybody. I mean, even little old grannies, they're nasty. And I don't like it.
The grannies are nasty, everybody. The grannies. Yeah.
Pat, you're getting up there. You might want to watch that.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of, it's alarming. It's
I am.
I don't like it one bit. I'm just trying to turn down.
Look at this, the dark side of the moon.
Oh, jeez.
At one point I thought it was a full moon. Because it was just so nuts. And I'm
I thought you were talking about Sean's head.
No. You're not nice, Jason. Behave.
Yeah, the dark side of the moon.
Everyone's being mean, right? So let's be mean.
No, it's like, I don't know. I just seem like you don't know. You don't know what to. You don't know what to believe anymore.
This show, dude.
Yeah, doesn't on. There's only one person in the chat. Wow. Oh, guys, we only have 6 viewers. We got to boost that up. So why don't you share this on all your Facebook, what do you call it? Social media platforms. Yeah, we got to keep sharing because people have to know we're here. Hello, Michelle. Hello. So what we're going to do tonight, because we have an hour and 40 minutes to blab away. So what we're going to do is, if you have any kind of paranormal, I see Val's in there. Okay. Any kind of paranormal experience, any kind of question you want to ask Sean and Kelly. Kelly, who the hell is Kelly? Okay. Sean, Kelly. I need to take my hat off.
Geez, Sean, you're 2 different people today.
My brain's out. No. I'm not drinking. This is not alcohol. I told you Tuesday. This time is going to be too long.
Yeah, we'll call it Torture Tuesday. How about that?
Absolutely.
Come check out the show at Torture Tuesdays.
I like that, Torture Tuesday. That's what it's going to be like, because this is really hard for me, believe it or not. I have a problem about staying up past 10 o'clock now. That's not true.
You turn into a pumpkin.
Okay. All right. I'll try that again. If you have a paranormal experience that you would like one of our experts to answer, we'll get you a link to the show. So if you have one, you can message Jason, or do you guys got a messenger on Pittsburgh Paranormal? Is there a messenger on there?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go to Pittsburgh Paranormal Facebook page and you can message us, and Jason will get you a link. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ramble away. We have Val we're going to add Val to the stream. She's one of the investigators, along with Nina, who is Jason's wife. And we're just going to talk paranormal, okay? And UFOs. And we
got our first question.
Anything that's unusual, alien related, UFO related, anything that's spooky. I don't know how to get. Your wife's not connected, so anything that's unusual, paranormal, like anything beyond the scope of normal. That's what we're here for, folks.
Well, we got our first question in the comments. Why do you think some people can see ghosts and others can't? Well, if you let me finish talking, Pap, you'd heard it.
Oh, that's a good question.
Wow, his lag is like the ultimate glitch.
Why do you think some people can see ghosts and others can't?
Sean's ghosting us right now.
Sean? Okay, Jason. Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Torture
Tuesdays at its finest. Okay. Here we go.
Go
ahead, Sean.
I'm breaking up. Yes, the reason why that happens is because people are very, very in tune, and a lot of them don't.
They're in tune.
Jason, you want to try?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Oh, he's still right. There he goes.
Put your data on and get off the Wi-Fi.
Pat, it's 2021. Get the stuff figured out.
Torture Tuesday.
Torture Tuesday. First round. Here we go. I don't know if he's about to say something, so if I start talking, you'll hear him pipe in and then pipe out.
Go ahead.
Must be Comcast. In the comments.
I can't unmute Val, by the way. She won't unmute.
Val, you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. I turned everything off because,
Val, hello.
Hey.
It's been a while. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining.
Hey. Okay, let's try to answer that question again. Why do you think some people can see ghosts and others can't?
As far as that goes, I would say, in my opinion, it depends on you mostly individually, because, people that are open to it, and, believe it, it's a lot more prominent, and you have a better chance of being able to, find what you're looking for. People that are more closed-minded, definitely they're convinced there is nothing, there's no such thing as ghosts, nothing will ever happen for them. I think it's more of mind, like a kind of mind kind of thing. You know what I mean? You got to be open to it, for it to kind of happen, in my opinion.
I sort of disagree with that.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Val.
Only because I'm one of those people that don't see, feel, hear, or do any of those things. And I'm not closed off to it. I know it's happened to other people. It's happened in my family, but never to me. And I don't know why. I'm completely open to it, but nothing.
You might not be the chosen one, Val.
Yeah, I know I'm not.
You're not the chosen one.
I mean, you got to think about it too. It's like some people that, as far as seeing UFOs and stuff, there's some people that, believe it and, they'll see it. And there's other people that are like, I don't think it's real and nothing ever happens. Cyber Demon says, maybe you're closed off spiritually. Spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
That could happen too for people, if you're, closed off in that sense, that definitely, is a no-fly zone.
Well, there's definitely something wrong with me.
There's something wrong? No, there's nothing wrong.
Well, we all know that, Val. I think there's something wrong with all of us.
Well, any more questions? Because if it's not, we can. Joni sent me some stuff that there's a lot of creepy myths from every state. So I don't know if you know anything about the Alabama playground for deceased children. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you want,
back.
Is he back? If you want your blood to instantly run cold, the sound of disembodied children's laughter will surely do it for you. It's in Maple Hill Cemetery outside of Huntsville, Alabama.
Speaking of that, I have a very quick story while you're talking about children EVPs. So we were on an investigation. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. It was at a local historic society, and there happened to be a child that passed there, some years ago. And, during our session, obviously we didn't hear anything with our own ears, but we had recorders going and everything. And we actually got the child's name. And then we were trying to pinpoint what happened or this, that, or the other. And we asked, if he fell down the stairs or got hurt on the stairs. that was in this place, and this little boy's voice came through DVP and said it was the stairs. It just sent chills. We were reviewing and heard that was just instant chills down your back.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But let's hear about this Alabama playground.
Yeah, it's the Alabama playground where many claim to have seen the swings moving on their own. They've told about orbs. They saw inhabitants. They said that something happened, that the children were abducted. Now I'm going to see if I can pull up a video on this, a real quick video, to see if we can see what Joni was talking about. And I wish she was here with us.
Alabama.
Yeah, since we're talking,
Sweet home.
So, did you guys have any recent investigations you want to talk about?
Well, Sean had a nice Paranormal 101 class on Sunday.
Yes, I did. It was great.
You taught a class?
Yes, I did.
Isn't that scary?
Well, tell us about your class, John. What was that?
I'm done. I don't know. I have not changed my routine until tonight. Everything's going haywire. Okay. I don't understand.
Well, let's listen to this. I want you to let me see this. I want you to see if you can hear this, because sometimes I'm going to put it up and I'm not going to play it yet until. Can you hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, let me see. I've never done this before. I'm going to see if it's going to work, because I know I can share. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can share. It might not let me do. Let's see. That would be Windows. I don't know if it's going to work. Can you hear this?
I see it, but I don't hear it.
Okay, I can't get. I don't know why it does the. I don't know why I can never get the audio to work for some reason. So we're just not gonna. I'm not gonna play it because I can't. You can't hear it. So I'm gonna have to get a lesson off of Joe, because he'll have to show me how to configure my my desktop to work. Okay. So, anyways, it's about. No, I have to unshare it because it's closing up the whole thing. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, so it's just they're talking, since you guys don't know anything about you don't know anything about the haunted playground, but apparently it said local lore says there's two backstories. Either children were buried in the cemetery that haunt the playground, or there's bodies of abducted children that happened in the 60s. And they were buried where the playground now sits, and the relentless spirits entertain themselves day after day. So people have gone there and they've actually seen the playground, the swings moving, and it sounds like, I don't know if I want to be there.
Road trip.
That's what I'm saying. Let's all go on a road trip. We'll do a shit out there.
We'll go to
Alabama. Torture Tuesday at the Alabama.
You want to come down, Jenny? You want to come with us? You want to come to Alabama?
Maybe Georgia. I don't know about Alabama.
You have to send me the coordinates for that. So when I go on a road trip, I'll check it out.
Yeah, well, you're not going to find it because I'm not going. Yeah, so no. I'm trying to see if we got any other questions. No other questions. Is it? I'm going to see if it's actually shared on Pittsburgh Paranormal. Because
we know what we were going to talk about with our guest was, thoughts about like life after death and everything.
Yeah.
We should probably touch on that. I'm sure we all got, our own opinions on that. And
here, I'd like to start that off. If that's
okay. Well, I just wanted, let me just tell you what she was going to, she actually said she saw Jesus Christ, that she spoke with him and she talked about what she saw. So, go ahead, Sean. I just wanted to show you what she was talking. If you had it wasn't a after death. She didn't. I think she almost died. I'm not sure if she actually died. It was a near death experience. So go ahead, Sean.
Okay, back in 1983, I was taking a drug called Antabuse. I was taking it for a year, and what that does is it weans you off alcohol. Well, I had it in my system, and I got depressed one night, and I drank a whole fifth of Jack Daniels. Okay, and I died. I was considered dead on arrival on the ship, and I was pronounced dead for 10 minutes. Okay, then I came back, but I didn't see the light. I didn't see Jesus Christ. I didn't see no angels.
So you went to hell.
I went to hell. It had to be, because it was total darkness. It was really, really hot. Really, it was just really, really, really scary. And it just bothered the crap out of me. And to this day, I believe that when I died and came back, I actually went to hell, because it wasn't pleasant. And then that's when my life changed.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something, Sean. I didn't know it was you. I think it was one of my sons had went to a paranormal investigation class at Penn Trafford High School with a woman by the name of Faith. I can't remember her name. She was, I think,
you're right.
I believe she was from she was Vietnamese. Was it Vietnamese? Yeah,
Vietnamese.
Was that what she was? Well, she was American, but she was the one who taught the class, and it was, I believe it was you, and
yes,
you said
it was
you, and you said that when you died, you weren't. It wasn't you that experienced. Your past was gone. Something like a soul walked into your body.
Okay.
Is that what you said? You was like a walk-in situation with your spirit walked in?
Yes. What happened was, when I died, my old spirit left and a new one popped in. And what was crazy about it, I really have vague memories of when I was young, growing up, going to school. But the memories I do have that are strong are from 1983 to now.
Okay, so the memories that you have from your past, were they your memories from the other person, the soul? And I have a couple comments from Cyber Demon.
A lot of people are freaked out by Sean's room.
Okay, apparently they're saying that there's something going on in your room, that they got a bad vibe from it, and they heard something in the background of your room, like a whistle.
I heard that too. I didn't know where that was coming from.
Okay.
Really?
And what is this timestamp this? Okay. Now, I just want to let my listeners know that I do have sound. I do have Alexa on in the background. I don't know if that's what you're picking up. That could be it, to give a little bit of mood to the show tonight. But
random screams in the background.
Yeah, random screams of evil spirits floating in Sean's room. Okay, now
too hot. Let's see if I can do this on the laptop.
So you can go back. Okay, I will check that out on the recording. So you say you went to hell, and I know there's a lot of there's a lot of books on people that actually went to hell, but they changed. Now, when you said that you went to hell, are you a changed person than you were? You said that somebody else walked into your soul and the old soul died. Do you think that old soul went to hell?
I don't know where that soul went, to be honest with you. I never even thought about it. It just really, really bothered me, because what happened was, when a new one popped in, okay, I started to see things, hear things, and feel things that weren't there. And that's when I guess you want to call it my empathic kicked in a lot stronger. And I was really, really confused, because I was like, do you see that person over there? Do you see that person? And they're looking at me like I'm freaking crazy. You know what I mean? So
wait, wait. I heard someone whisper. Wait, Alexa, stop. I heard someone whisper. Was it you, Jason? Was it you?
I just whispered something, yeah.
Okay, so you're not fooling around?
No, I said I see dead people.
No, this was really faint. There
is like a it keeps popping up. It sounds like like they're saying like a whistle or scream. Like
Yeah, I think it's. I think Sean, you have something in your room. Maybe you brought something.
Sean,
back.
I think we need to investigate your room.
Oh,
Get the skeletons out of the closet.
Leslie heard a whisper too. So,
Val, was it you?
It was not me.
Okay, stop fooling around, guys. We're having a very.
I'm not doing nothing. I bet you something is here.
We have
with me.
no idea where that sound is coming from. Like it disappears and it comes back out of nowhere.
I mean, I heard it really. I heard it again.
I just heard that.
The left corner of Sean's room is freaking people out.
The left corner of the room.
So it'd be your right, Sean. Because looking at the screen, it's real dark over there.
What is it?
Yeah. I don't see anything here.
Maybe you should put your one of your gadgets on.
Maybe there's something with you tonight, Sean.
Hey, is there somebody with me in my attic right now?
There's 3 of us on the computer with you, yes.
No, come on, man. I'm going to do something here. If you're here, can you knock on the wood twice? Like that. If you're here.
Quiet. By the lamp, he said. By the lamp, there's something there. No, Cyber Demon, do you have any kind of, are you a psychic medium? You have a gift of that you can see things that we can't see? He's very quiet. With a name like Demon, I don't know.
Oh, man, now y'all got paranoid and shit.
Well, why would you be paranoid? That's what you do.
Yeah, you've been an investigator for how many years?
You're a ghost investigator. You shouldn't be scared. It's just going to come visit. You could be one. What do you call them? Female demons that come on.
Succubus. It's going to come out and tickle your feet.
Nina's on now.
Whoa, okay. Hello.
Hi, Nina.
Hi.
Yeah, if there's anybody who wants to join our party, let us know. We'll bring you on. We can talk ghosts.
It's Torture Tuesday party time.
Torture Tuesday. It's the very first Tuesday, and it didn't plan as we wanted. Okay, Cyber Demon said he's been told he's a medium and he sees something by your lamp, Sean.
Okay.
Succubus, is that what they call them? Those female demons that come in your bed at night, like on Evil?
In your corner, Sean. You better watch out.
Well, I'll be damned. Holy crap.
You're such a
man.
Gotta watch FCC. Can't swear.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry for swearing, guys, but you know what? If that's that demon dude,
he says it's not what he sees; it's what he's feeling. It's an eerie feeling.
Oh, okay.
It's an eerie feeling that he's.
Well, you know what? If I get slapped up, if I get slapped upside the head, y'all will know it. All right, so
I will laugh. I will end up falling off the couch laughing if a spirit comes up and slaps you.
So if you fall out of frame, don't panic. That's normal.
Yeah, there's a lot of Well, let's get back to
life after death.
Life after death.
Yeah. So.
Or not near death experience. Oh, I just got dizzy in the head. It must be Torture Tuesday for sure. Shoot.
Did Nina disappear?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? I just got weird in the head and she disappeared. There's freaking something
here. My camera went out.
Oh.
Something weird's going on. Oh God. This is all night.
Me and Nina was talking about the life after death the other day, and there's a lot of questions of that kind of thing.
Okay, well, I watched on Amazon Prime. It's The Ends of Times. I don't know if you saw it. It's about what's going to happen in the end when Jesus, in his own words, what's going to happen. And that's in the book of Revelation. Some call it the book of Apocalypse. Some people are saying that we are in the last phase of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and we're in the last one, which is death. And it kind of makes sense what's going on there now. It's like, okay. And so what would you let's put ourselves in that position. Okay, it's the ends of time. Okay. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you look up and you see something, and it's a man, or you think it's Christ. Or you're seeing what they're calling the rapture, where people actually disappear. I'm not sure a lot of people believe in that. But all of a sudden you're driving a car. It would be total chaos. The planes would wreck, cars would wreck. People would just disappear. It's just like we could be living in the ends of time. And what would you do if you were in that? What would you do if this would happen?
Well, they say, Jesus is going to come back and take his people and leave all the others behind. So I'd want to be on the side that goes.
Me too. Me too.
Me too. I would love to
Right.
too, but we don't know. There's a lot of, maybe we just don't fit their credentials. We don't have the perfect ID to get it to happen.
But what really what really happens, when you're dead, like what if you're already passed by the time that time gets here,
True.
like we don't even know if there's fully life on the other side or not. That's
zombie apocalypse.
There we go.
Well, you know what? They
I'm
did
prepared for that.
They did talk about that the people in the graves would come out, but they wouldn't be zombies. They did say that.
So does that mean that the cremated people would grow up as cigarettes?
I don't know. That's what it's like. I don't know. It's kind of.
I think.
I
think what me and Jason, when we had talked about it, it kind of stemmed into, because I also believe, I do believe that there probably will be a rapture, and I want to be on the right side of that. But I think where we got concerned is, it's just, for me personally, it's the utter lack of control that comes with it. I mean, I think I know what's waiting on the other side, but I really don't know. I mean, I've never had a near-death experience. So for me, it's one of those situations where you have to wait until it's already passed to know. Mm-hmm. And you also have no control of when, why, or how. And I think for me personally, that's what really gets me like a little stressed out when I think about the prospect of death or, thereafter.
That's a good thing, Nina.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I die, all right, who am I going to see first? Am I going to see my dad?
I got to say this.
Well, I hope your dad. Do you think your dad's in hell? Because you like the hell.
Here's what's really creepy, man. He is. He's a good man. But here's what's really, really creepy. Ever since my father died, and I've been in this business for over 30 years, right? I don't feel him. I don't get no messages from him. I don't see him.
He's done his job, and he doesn't need any help.
So I got a message from one of our fellow investigators, and he says,
Russell,
in reference to the zombie apocalypse, that if there's a zombie apocalypse, all the undertakers should tie everybody's shoes together before they're buried.
Yeah. So that's a good one. I saw that joke. Yep.
Stick with me, kid.
And
I think diamonds.
So kind of to piggyback off of what Sean was saying, he said, he doesn't feel his father's presence. And I've heard that from a lot of people, but even on the side of paranormal investigation, I then asked myself the question, who do we pick up? Why are there spirits here? Why are some here? Why are some not? Why are some in heaven? Right. And can they come back? Can they go? Is it kind of like a passageway between this world and heaven? Is it a different dimension? And why? And then I even said to Jason, I kind of believe that there are different dimensions. And with that, I consider heaven to probably be a different dimension rather than like a celestial, plane of some sort. So that's kind of where I wonder, because then it's like, okay, we experience this from spirits and we use a lot of different technology and we get these results. So then you have to, you kind of sit there and wonder, where are they coming from? Why are some here? Right. Why are some not? Why do you feel, presence of some family members and not others?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like what was taught to me a long time ago when I first got into the business was that there's 7 levels. Okay. And when we die, we automatically go on level 3. All right. Or planes, however you want to call it. Now, I'm sure people, tell me I'm wrong, but this is what was taught to me. And I believe, like me, when I had that, when I died, I was down on level 1. Okay. And it wasn't pleasant. And I don't know, it just really bugged me away. But there's one thing I want to say. there's a real good person that I know who thinks that ghosties, okay, are just human beings coming from another dimension. What do you think of that?
Ghosts are
Ghosts are human beings coming from another dimension into ours.
Definitely, I think they could be time travelers. I think that's what I think they are. They're human time travelers they're like shadows, and you see them in the corner of your eyes, but they're just time. They were from a different time. What about you, Jason? What do you think?
Yeah, it's just really just mind boggling when you sit there and think about it, like me and Nina was talking about, it's like, why, is it family members? Is it not, is heaven just another dimension? Why are spirits stuck here if there is a heaven and hell, and we have so many documented cases all over the world, of spiritual activities. So that really makes you wonder, but then, time travel too, and wormholes and everything like that. Anything is actually possible. I just feel like in the human form, we just don't have the knowledge to really fully understand and know for facts, 100%. If that makes sense.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense, dude.
It does. And I think when you get back to talking about people that have passed away, why do we have some, like if you died tragically, and you weren't ready to leave, and you missed, like if you're in a husband and wife scenario, and the wife might be having a difficult time with the loss of her husband, I think he'll stick around until she's okay. Maybe that's one reason why. A mother that loses a child, the devastation of losing someone like in 9/11. These are things that happen so fast. And when they die in such a tragic way, like on 9/11, they are caught, like even when we were talking about Gettysburg, they're caught between the living and the dead, and they don't want to go. They don't understand why they're there.
Right.
Why did this happen? I'm not ready to die. I'm in the prime of my life, like what the hell? And that's why they make a great movie. You see all these things on the movies, how these people who are caught between the living and the dead, and they see themselves maybe they're died from an illness and they weren't ready, and they're in a coma, but they're in that brink between heaven and earth, and they don't know what to do. They cling on. It's like an umbilical cord, and they're stuck, and they just want to hang on and see what's going on. They're just not ready to go. And I think they have, this is what I think maybe there's a time limit. They have like so much time either to go to the light, or they're stuck. And then when they get stuck, it's like when the door closes, what are they going to do? So they just sit around. I mean, some of them might be, there's a lot of hospitals that are haunted, and they just stick around and they haunt the floors. I know there's a couple in Pittsburgh that are haunted, and they just walk the halls, and people actually see them. People are on their deathbed. Like, who are you? They're sitting behind their bed, and they're kind of like helping them go to the light. Like, it's okay, I'll help you get there, even though I can't go, but I'll help you get there. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Speaking of, there's been a couple times that I've caught EVPs, that the voice responding was the tone of the person, we were trying to talk to. And like several other people heard it and they're like, whoa, that's so-and-so for sure, without even saying anything to them, So it really makes you think, like, what you're talking about. Are they just kind of hanging out here for a little bit to make sure everything's okay before they go? Or is there a time limit where if they don't make it, they're stuck here? There's so many variables.
Yeah.
Well, I know is that when you die, the light opens up. And even in death, you still have that choice. They still give you a choice. Do you want to go to the light, or do you want to hang around? And the majority of them want to hang around. But here, from what doing my research in a bit, was that when we were young, Jenny,
10 years ago,
when we were always taught that if we committed a sin, we were going to go to hell. Right? I got it from the nuns. And it's true. And what happened was, a lot of people don't want to go into that light because they're afraid God's going to send them to hell. And that's the truth. So they hang around. They also hang around because there's a lot of unfinished business too. They want to make sure, like you said, Jen, everybody is okay before they do move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. They always say, a lot of people don't pass until like their job is done. Like how, like,
yeah.
Do you ever like wonder like what is that job? Like, like Sean, like any ideas? Like what could your job be? Like I have no clue what mine could be. It's just you don't know when. But
you mean in heaven, everybody has their own job?
Like
no,
not like you're getting up and going to work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, everybody has like no. I know that. I mean, like I know what you're saying. Like
you have a duty.
Maybe yours is to help people.
Duty, it could be anything. And it seems that, a lot of people believe
I don't want to work in heaven. I'm sorry. I just want to sit around and drink margaritas.
Well, you better start behaving yourself.
I don't want to I don't want to do that. That's not my.
Nina, do you have any comments on this? Do you have any comments, Nina?
Yeah. So, Jason, I don't know, like if I agree with Jenny, if it's about working in heaven, I choose the leisure profession, leisure all day. But if you mean like a purpose here, like, and that's what I mean when I say purpose. You said job, but like if you mean like
a purpose, like your purpose on earth. Once you reach that purpose, but you don't know what it is, it seems
right. So we were saying like you're not ready to move on because you have unfinished business, so your job is not completed here. If that's what you mean, then I wonder if it's like because I was raised very Christian, and in Sunday school all the time you heard about your purpose. I mean, they've written books on it. There's all kinds out there. But I think if that's what you mean, then you're not supposed to know your purpose. That's kind of God's doing. He sets forth a purpose for you in your life. And some people have kind of caught on to what their purpose is, and some people are still discovering it. And I think that there's a lot of times where people don't know their purpose because essentially when you walk through life, when you connect with anybody, even just a stranger in the middle of a coffee shop, you might say something nice to that person and it might turn around their entire day, their entire life. You have no idea who you're affecting and when, and that very well could be your purpose.
Oh, it could be like a butterfly effect.
Right. Yeah. So I wonder if the purpose for life is more multiple purposes, just how you go through life and doing your best at it. Because essentially, if you do believe that God is the one who put your purpose in place, we're probably not going to know it until after the fact.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like a domino effect. Like you're like the butterfly effect. It's like if you help, it seems like we're all connected in a situation. Like if you're going through a rough time and all of a sudden you tell somebody your rough time and all of a sudden they tell you to do something and it worked out. And then you tell someone else, it seems like they're all connected. Like you're helping, pay it forward. Like, I don't know if you ever did that at Christmas time, pay it forward. I did that. Like you just buy someone a cup of coffee and the next driver buys at Starbucks, buys the other, car, cup of coffee. You keep paying the bill. I don't know. I truly think that our purpose in life is to get to heaven, and how are you going to do it? That's your choice.
Right.
I mean, like you were raised Christian and I was raised Christian Catholic, and I just figure that's my purpose. I'm a writer, I'm doing this, but I want to help anything I can do to help someone's life be better.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's all.
But
that's
there are also you also know there's angels on earth right now, right?
No, definitely.
And I got to
certainly not in your room, Sean.
Nah, true.
Well, what I was going to talk. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. No, I'll say
you got the creepy jeebies in your back corner. Sean, there was a light that just flashed in your room. What was that?
Was it really?
Over your left shoulder. Yeah, over his left shoulder in the back corner, there was a light that flashed. It was red.
Red? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wish I could.
It was real quick. Yeah.
Too bad Cyber Demon wasn't watching. He's probably doing demon stuff that he could have seen it.
I think it's aliens, to be honest with you.
Uh-oh.
I think it's aliens. Yeah. I think it's aliens.
I'm going to tell you my abduction story.
Oh, please share. I've never heard this.
Yay.
Well, I don't think it's really an abduction story. One night I was in my bed and I heard these weird noises outside my bedroom window. Okay. And no, it was the most hideous sound I ever heard in my life. And it happened again the other night. It was a cool night. I don't know if you remember the cool night we had.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just repeating something to somebody. Yeah. It was the most hideous sound I ever heard. And I have no idea what it was, but it scared the living hell out of me. And it was the same time somebody else, we were talking about towards the end of our show last week about the sound of the trumpet.
Oh, yes, Gabriel's.
Yeah,
Gabriel. They heard it the same time I heard this weird sound. So I don't know if it's connected in any way, but I got
What did it sound like? They see it as like
the thing I heard.
Yeah,
it was like.
Well, it's hideous. There's all kinds of hideous. Like
it was like animals. It was like an animal that was ill, but it was like two of them fighting, like talking together.
So cats or raccoons.
It didn't sound like a cat. And it didn't sound like a raccoon. That's what I'm saying. It was kind of alien.
Cats sound like aliens.
Oh God, this thing's
They act like aliens.
Nothing like walking outside at 1 o'clock in the morning and it's pitch black and you hear cats fighting down in the valley somewhere.
Yeah. But I don't know with all the different UFOs, but I did get an email from Stan Gordon about this. And he said that a number of different people have heard the same sound of the trumpet blowing. Now, it could be something in the atmosphere. He said it could be anything. You can't call it a sonic boom because it wasn't that loud. So I don't know. There used to be a lot of sonic booms, but there hasn't been a lot of sonic booms lately. So I don't know what actually is going on out there, but
it probably has to do with the electromagnetic field of the planet. I mean, if you think about it, because like we were talking about, scientists have been able to take the sound waves from Saturn and transform them into actual sound, so you can hear what like planets sound like, and it's pretty creepy stuff. So I don't see why Earth would be any different, especially with the giant magnetic field we have, that keeps us in check. But
when you're talking about the magnetic field, I was sent a movie to watch last night. I was trying to get my kids to watch it, and some of you, I don't know, you're not like it's not like I'm a maybe I am a little metaphysic person, but it's called Earthing. And when you talk about the magnetic field of the Earth, and they said why a lot of people are having so much unrest in their soul and their body with inflammation and sickness, and how people are struggling to come back from COVID that had COVID. It's taking them weeks to come back. And she just stumbled upon it one night. Someone had sent her the YouTube video. It's called Earthing. And it's about this man who, and I think he was back with, I'm pretty sure he had something to do with the modems. This is going back in the 80s when the first internet came out. And he fell ill. He got really sick, something with his liver, and he almost died. And then when he didn't think he was going to make it when he came back, he was talking about his life, and he had everything you can think of. He had money, big, beautiful house, and he had millions of dollars worth of, remember, he did something with electrical, with a modem, in his house. He had paintings, and he spent all his fortune on just relics and art and sculptures. And he had a $250,000 painting above his toilet. And then he decided that, I don't want this. So he called his kids up and he said, you guys come take what you want. He got an RV and he went out into Sodoma country, and he's sitting outside and he's looking at everything in a different light. And he's looking at the colors were more vibrant. And he just said he took off his shoes and he went for a walk. And he said he just became so in tune with his body and with the nature. And the more he did, he kept on walking and walking and walking. That's all he did. He just took off his shoes and he figured it out. Because remember, he dealt with the modems and electrical impulses, and he's finding this is crazy. There's something to this. I mean, everything is grounded. So he said, why can't the human body grounded if you put your feet on the ground? So he come up with this thing that he put on his finger. It was like a meter, and it was a wire, and the wire went into the ground, and remember, he's a scientist. So he figured it out that when he would put this on his finger, it would light up if he's grounded. So he put the wire in the ground, and it lit up. And then he had someone stand by him, and he did the same thing to them, but they're wearing tennis shoes. And he said, this rubber is the rubber of our shoes is takes away the groundedness when you touch the ground of the earth, and it didn't light up. So he touched them, it lit up. So he did all this research. I mean, there was 21 studies saying that when you put your bare feet on the ground, you become grounded, and it actually cures, does stuff to your body. It takes away inflammation. It gets rid of sicknesses and everything you can think of. So I started to do that last night. And I'm not kidding you guys. I watched a movie. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's called Earth Thing. Here's a book. You can pull up the book on Amazon. And I started doing it last night. My kids think I'm a nut.
You're not.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
I'm gonna tell you exactly who wrote this book and who the movie is. I did it last night at 10:30. I'm not kidding you. I did it.
It's past your bedtime too.
Okay. There's so many books. So there's even one by Clint Ober and Dr. Steven, but I don't think this is the one that's the movie. It's a video, and it's a documentary, and it's telling you how the Earthing movie it's called, and it's free. It's Prime Video. You can watch it. It's Deepak Chopra, is that his name? It was directed and written by Josh and Rebecca Tickle. I think that's how you say their name, Tickle. And it was the most eye-opening, enlightening movie I've ever watched a documentary. So I went to bed. I went to bed after I did this. It was the first time in probably weeks that I did not get up. I slept straight through till like 7:30 in the morning. So I did it again today, and I feel great. I mean, you guys should try it. So it's when you're talking about the earth with the how do you say that, Josh?
Electromagnetic field.
Yes, I think there's something to it, because you think about it. If you go back to if you read the Bible, and if you believe in the story of Adam and Eve, they had no clothes on. They had their feet, no shoes, and they were great. And I think we were made to not wear shoes, but you can go and get earthing shoes. You can get earthing mats to sleep on, and you can have it for your computer, for your feet, because we have lost the connection to the earth.
And Sean.
But anyway, I was going to do a whole show on that and have him on the show, because I think it's
I definitely think I agree with you, Jenny. I think that there's definitely, even just in our household, I have to say, sorry, Jason, but I walk barefoot a lot. I prefer to be barefoot. Now, of course, when I go to Walmart, I'm not going to be barefoot, because
that'd be disgusting.
Well, they have shoes.
Yeah, but
they have shoes for it.
Yeah, so I might have to look into that. But even just like around the yard and the house and stuff, like I do tend to go barefoot, and I do like to walk through the grass barefoot.
Yeah.
And it's a simple fact. I'm the healthiest person in the house, Jason.
There you go. There you go. No, there's 21 studies that it can change everything. It was talking about not only can it improve your cardiac, your blood volume, it gets rid of neuropathy, autoimmune disease, helps fertility. The list is sky. People who have MS, they actually have these things for people who can't touch the ground. They have things that you can wear on your arm, and they have one for under your computer desk. And this one woman, she said she's wheelchair bound that her feet are so swollen. And she decided, okay, this is crazy. She said, this is nutty. People are going to think I'm insane. She said, okay, her niece got her this, got her a grounding mat. So she put it on her bed, bed where her feet are. And she put her feet on there and went to bed. She said she woke up. She didn't feel any different until she looked at her feet. Normally they are so swell. She said, I could see the bones in my feet. And she says, I have not seen the bones in my feet for years. So another woman who has MS was actually crying. She says, I've been so obsessive now that she sleeps on a grounding mat on her bed. She has a grounding blanket. She has the mat for her feet if she wants to put her feet down on the ground, or she goes outside and she lowers her wheelchair thing to actually put her feet on it. And I couldn't believe how many items are on Amazon for it. I mean, it's amazing. There's so many reviews, one after the other, and we're talking thousands of reviews. So I actually ordered a mat today for my bed. No, because if you have an autoimmune disease, I have 3 of them. I have 3 of them, and I feel so much better than I have all the last. Oh my God. Yeah, I have 3. I have Sjogren's, I have Hashimoto's, and I have RA. So I have a lot of them. So I if this can help me one little tiny bit, I'll try it. Okay, who growled?
This is my dog. She just came out of nowhere. She's like,
oh no!
I mean, it's like an extremely simplistic version of what you're saying. But I mean, and maybe not all people are like this, but even when you go to the beach, just feeling the sand between your toes and stuff. I mean,
salt water.
People long for that feeling.
And people always say, I love going to the beach. Well, maybe that's because you're putting your feet on the ground. You're grounded. That's why you love the beach so much. And everybody feels better.
Yep. You have sand. I mean, nobody wants to get sand all over the place, but you lay essentially in the sand. You're in the water. Your feet are touching the sand. I mean,
Step on a fish, and then you're like Jesus and run across the water to get out.
Wow.
I had that happen once, true story. But anyways.
Well, that was just, I'm just saying I've done that. Well, there was at the end of the movie, the woman actually, her doctor told her this because her doctor is a regular MD. He talked because he believes in it too. He says, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go in your yard and take all your clothes off and lay on the ground. Just do it. Well, she started to do that. I guess she lives with somewhere where she can do that. And she said she lost 15 pounds without even trying. And there was a before and after. And she said, I'm not saying this is a cure to weight loss. It's just a cure of feeling great. So I have a plan to do that this weekend. I'm going to take off my
Sunday
clothes.
morning.
No, I was
grab
thinking
a cup of
Sunday.
coffee and go lay naked.
I was thinking. I told my mother. I said I'm going to do. She said, looked at me like I was crazy. I'll put a robe on. Who's going to know? Who's going to know? Take it. Have a blanket out. And take off the robe.
Remember that drone that came flying up over the trees that one time?
No, but who's going to know? It's
some neighborhood team.
Most people are sleeping. If you get up early on Sunday morning, they're sleeping. I would try. Put a robe on and
Sunday morning, everybody's in church and you're laying around the grass naked.
I did say that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I want to see how I feel.
I feel like I would try it if I would not be eaten alive in our backyard.
Well, you could be eaten alive, but you wouldn't. You're only staying out there for 10, 15 minutes. What's going to do? And then go take a shower.
I just mean mosquitoes.
Bugs and
Well, the early morning, the dew is on the ground. It's a perfect time, I think. I went walking today. I did my I do half an hour in the evening. I walk around my property, and the last 15 minutes, I took my shoes off and I did it in the bare feet on the wet grass because it just rained. So I did that. So I'm going to see how you feel. I mean, if it's going to make me it says it gets rid of depression, anxiety. If it can work, why not try it? What do you have to lose? It doesn't cost anything. You have nothing to lose.
Right. Maybe a toe or something if you get bit by a brown recluse. You never know.
Well, you're not, if you cut your grass,
Right.
I wouldn't do it if there was like clover that you can get bit by a bee. I wouldn't do that. But that was just something that I did, and I feel a lot better. And I think you need something like this because everything's so screwed up right now. But getting back to what's going on out there with the UFOs. I wish Sean would get his camera working.
He said his phone died.
Oh.
Well, he should have had it charged.
Yeah, he could have it plugged in and charging while you're
Mine's
using
currently doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's Sean.
Well, we're gonna have next week. Next week we were supposed to get somebody on and getting ready, and we can talk about that real quick as a prelude to next week if we get the guest on that I wanted. Yeah. Getting ready to when the power grid goes down. Now, it's charged 97%. He said, "Okay." Getting ready. There's a lot of people they're talking. I don't know if you listen to TikTok. There's a lot of people that are talking about doomsday, and what are you going to do when the grid goes down?
But we've been hearing about doomsday for years and years and years now. Like everyone's like, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming." Oh, where is it? I'm tired of working. Jeez.
They want it to happen because everything's so screwed up. That's why they want it to happen. I
had a thought earlier. What if we went back to a time? Okay, let's just say we have cell phones, but let's go back to a time where there's just no internet. Like you have a phone, you could call people, but you can't text them. Like back when they first come up. But imagine if we didn't have the internet, what that would do to society today.
Oh, it would screw it up. You have to put yourself. What are you going to do if you don't, or if you're not ready? You should be preparing now for that, because what's going to happen is these cyber attacks are going to actually hit the grid. It's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
it's going to happen. So what are you going to do? Your phone is run by electricity. Your computers are run by electricity. Every phone in your house nowadays are run by electricity. Garage doors, if you don't know where the garage door is, if you have a garage, your car's in the garage, are you prepared to know where it is, how to open it up? I don't even know how to open, so I have to learn how to open it up. I do have something. I have it's a solar charger for my phone. You charge it inside once, and you're supposed to take it outside to get recharged, but I have that to work my phone. But are you prepared? You're not going to be able to go to. You're not going to be able to go into stores. Those store doors are run by electricity. The food in there is going to go bad. Do you have enough water? Do you have enough, canned perishables? Do you have do you have a plan to meet relatives? Because if you don't have, say it goes down for weeks at a time, are you prepared to cook your food, heat your home if it's in the wintertime?
See, I feel like this is like a very small percentage of people are ready for that sort of thing.
Oh, there's a lot.
I feel like 99% of everybody's just like, this will never happen. Blah 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 blah. We have an endless supply, this, that, and the other. But like you said, what if it does happen? That 1% of people will be ready, and the rest of us will be like, oh well.
Do you have something to protect yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think there are some things that will work. I mean, I think around this area, there was a big snowstorm. It took out all the power. I want to say some people were out of power for maybe 3-4 days, and it pretty much was pandemonium. But I do think there are some things that work. Like I think at that point, a lot of people invested in generators. So that could help to an extent. But I do think when it comes to stores and hospitals and everything like that, I have a feeling that will probably be more of where the pandemonium hits, not so much at home, because I think once power goes out and people panic, that's when you get a bunch of looting, breaking windows to get to the products, to get to the hospital. It's overrun. I think that public places are going to absolutely get hit the hardest. And at home, some people, like you were talking about, probably are already ready for it. And I think others probably will just sit there and hope for the best, hope it comes back up soon. Because I think those are the people Jason's referring to, where it's like, oh, it's not going to happen. But once it does, they would probably be the same people that are saying, it'll come back up. They have so much faith in that power. And that's what it is. It's faith that it will always be there, that we will always have it. So I think when it goes out, that's whenever you see like the real panic strike.
You saw what they did when they locked us, before they locked us down, how crazy it was in the stores.
How's your nap, Pap? You feel better?
Oh man. Hey, if I mess up again tonight, I'll just watch you on the computer. But I want a silo. I want a silo where I can go underneath the ground and live the rest of my life.
Me too. I want to go there now. So Russell,
Rusty Goodwin, thank you for joining the show.
Hey Russ, what's up, buddy?
Do you have any thoughts on anything that we're talking about?
I'm ready. I got a generator.
Oh, see, you have one. I have one too, but I haven't turned it on for years. It probably doesn't work. So you're prepared. So you are a prepper.
Well, not really. It's in the RV, so. We lost electric here once, and I hooked the coffee pot up to an extension cord and started the RV up.
Oh, thank God for the importance. Yes.
Gotta have coffee.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 150%.
There's a lot of people who are preparing for it.
I don't know how people survive without coffee.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, getting back to your investigation, since we have the rest, we're just going to talk about the rest of the show since we had a screwed up show tonight for our first one.
How about our advertiser for the second hour?
Our advertiser?
Cremora.
Are you sure that's a go? I didn't get any confirmation on that.
Oh, you didn't? I thought it was.
Okay, well then you go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I know. We are sponsored for our second hour by Cremora. It has a lot of cream, and I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that one, but Cremora is sponsoring our second hour of the show.
Well, just make sure you have your coffee in the morning and make sure you use Cremora Carnation Creamer. It's delicious. Just have that smooth taste in your coffee, especially Starbucks. Okay, Sean? I didn't get a confirmation. Amen. That's why I didn't say anything. Anyways, let's talk about some investigations that you might have lined up in the next few weeks.
I'm working on a couple of them. I know definitely Gettysburg at the end of September.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm trying to hook up a couple cemeteries and
people are just dying to get in.
we were before. What's that place down up in Greensburg, Jason?
That Historic Society.
Okay.
Which one? The one in Greensburg? You have?
Yeah, we want to get back there. We had a lot of activity when we were there, and now that we have a bunch of equipment, we want to go back and dig deeper into it.
That's something we could talk about. Okay, I want to. What would you tell somebody who wants to start investigating on their own or starting an investigation team? What would you tell them? How would you tell them? What would you tell them what they need? What is the first thing they need that's not going to, break the bank?
What I would suggest is anybody that's interested in the paranormal, wanting to go on an investigation, it is exciting, but you do have to be safe and you have to be careful because you never know what or who you may be talking to. The best thing to do, in my opinion, would be to contact a local paranormal group or organization, reach out to them. And, most of the time, a lot of them will be like, yeah, sure. Hey, come along. We're going to go to this. We'll teach you some of the ropes, like a 101 kind of class, introduce you to it. And, got to go over different types of equipment and everything and how to use it properly and what to do, what not to do, and make sure you don't provoke whatever it is in a bad manner because
don't provoke.
Nothing ever turns out good for that. What do you think on that there, Pap?
I totally agree with you 100%. If you want to do, please bring somebody that knows what they're doing. You just can't, like what you hear around Halloween time when a bunch of people will tell Halloween, let's go out to a cemetery and take pictures. And if you're just out there screwing around and just acting like, jagoffs, you just can't something's going to bite you in the butt, and it's going to stay with you for a very long time. So if you're totally serious about this, please, 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 please bring somebody along that knows what they're doing. Just for the little extra protection of some sort.
And read a lot.
Read. What would they read? What would you tell them to read?
There's a million things on Amazon to read, or Facebook, or YouTube. Watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, but the best is to call somebody, another paranormal group like Jason said, and just go. Just go.
Yeah. And I think, and I mean, this is just my personal opinion, but I also think that even after you have kind of teamed up or maybe done what do they call it? You go like on a ride along with another paranormal group. Yeah. I think also get the backstory, do the research, because we do tend to like look up some research and get the backstory on things, but it's to me, it's really imperative, especially if you're going to a public place, to get some backstory, because if you don't know the kind of things that are going on there, then you really don't know how to prepare yourself. And I do feel that before you go on an investigation, and I know we were talking about being open or not being open to, seeing spirits, I think you need to prepare yourself and know what you're going into. Maybe not every little bit of information, maybe not every nook and cranny of the history, but I do think it's important to know what people have experienced, especially if it's physical. You kind of need to know these things before you go there.
And I will say this, Nina is one of the best at researching. She really is.
That's what I was digging for. Thank you. That's the whole reason I brought that up.
You're welcome. She's the best. She's the best.
I'm going to make a trophy.
Yeah, a good trophy.
You should. You definitely should. But no, I mean, it's a lot of it you can get through old newspapers. I know some people may not know what these are, but there are still libraries in the world. And
are they open?
Some are, some are not. But you can get a lot of access to old newspapers, and some you can get online even. They put a lot of stuff online now, and you'd be surprised when you go digging with an address or a name what you can get a hold of. So it's important.
Or go to Scotland. That's how we started, me and my wife Janet.
Scotland. Okay. What kind of equipment would you recommend for someone buying the first time?
That
K2.
A K2 meter?
K2. K2 is one of that and a good audio recorder like a Zoom H1. It's really affordable, and I've been using mine for 15 years, the same one, and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. Like it just picks up all kinds of good stuff that you can't hear with your own ears. But flashlight, yeah. Cell phone camera works, to get you started. To get started. Get started. You might get lucky and get a good picture. 1 or 2 out of 400.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
What's okay?
If someone, when we first started, we had 5 or 6 people, and honest to God, Jim, we had 1,200 photos, and between all of us, and out of that 1,200, I think we got 4 that were legit, and we were happy with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm good.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm going to let you two guys play the. Go ahead. Commentate. Go ahead. Take over for me.
Go ahead, Rusty.
Travel. I watch all them shows on TV, and then I'll mark on my maps places like the Witch's Grave.
What's the Witch's Grave? What was that about?
It's in Mississippi. It's where a witch was. She was killing people, passerbys, killing them and robbing them, and then the sheriff caught her and he chased her in the swamp. She died, and it's in Yazoo, Mississippi.
In Mississippi?
Yeah, and a place called Yazoo. And it's a good backstory, and they caught her and they executed her. And she said that she died in the swamp. She drowned. And before she drowned, she said that the town will burn. And a year later, after she died, the town caught on fire and burned.
Oh my!
And then they went to her grave where they buried her, and they had a chain around her grave. And when they went out there, the chain was broke. Ooh. And if you look it up on YouTube, there's a lot of good stuff like that there.
What's
What's
so
that?
That's a picture of the witches from Yazoo. That's the Legend of the Witch of Yazoo. It's just a picture. That's all.
Yeah, witches are definitely nothing to mess with. You know, I feel like once you know they were executed or passed on, I feel like their curses just linger. You know, like it could be the land, it could be, you know, anything that has to do with them. You know, you got to be very, very careful in that aspect.
Witches are, there's a lot of scary ass witches.
What's the story behind the Bell Witch?
Well, we was had the show about it, and
a long time ago.
Yeah, what they say is that it was over land and over a slave girl, and what's her? I forget the woman's name. The witch, and she tortured the family for years. And they said that's the only documented case of a spirit killing a human being.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one where somebody, I forget who it was, but like caught the witch, wrapped it up, and tried to put it in the fire, like the spirit of it or something? Or am I thinking of a different one?
I think I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, I can't pinpoint it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And are you talking about when you say about her spirit killing? Wasn't it poison? She poisoned him. Is that what it was? Because I know what Jason's talking about, and I thought it was the same one, but I don't know how much of it was relevant and how much wasn't.
Yeah, I really don't remember her name now. I did all the research and then forgot about it.
Yeah, because I thought
tired life.
But she apparently poisoned John Bell.
Yeah.
And like the author that was on there about it, he said that that's just a rumor. That, but they say that she did kill him.
Yeah.
So I thought spirits, according to the Exorcist guy, said that ghosts cannot kill a human being. They're not allowed.
That's what I believe.
Maybe it's different in the case of a witch. I have no idea.
Well, was she a witch spirit or was she a real witch? I mean, was she a living witch? So she was a living witch at the time?
They said she was a witch.
Yeah.
And then she died, and then he died after her. She haunted him or tortured his family, threw his daughter across the room.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Some of them, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a real witch or not. I mean, it's a ghost.
No.
There's so many stories of witches out there, all across the United States and everything, so it's it kind of goes in hand in paranormal, if you ask me. Like some people believe in it, some people don't, but I would not want to cross a path with an angry witch, just as a precaution.
It's like the ones that were killed in Salem, they weren't witches. They were just people, and other people wanted their land and didn't like them, and that's what happened with them.
And then they had two girls. The two girls would point out to a woman and say she's a witch, and they hung her. What's that to say that they do not? Yeah. What's that to say that people don't do that right now?
I was gonna say it's even just like the thought of a witch is enough to strike fear. And there's actually a story here where we live in our town. There's a very old cemetery, and it's actually a legend about the Colvin witch. And it's because on this tombstone in one of the older parts of the cemetery, it looks like a witch's broom and the name Colvin across the tombstone. And that's all it says.
It's called Colvin. How do you spell that?
Colvin. And I think there were pictures online of this it's the big stone. It's got what looks like, and I will say it does look like a witch's broom, and the name Colvin. But after people dug into it, they were convinced that she was actually tied to the demon house here in town, and that she was a witch because they do believe that a witch lived in the demon house, and that's kind of where all that started.
Where's the demon house at?
Is that Monongahela? That's Monongahela, Jason, right?
Yeah. It's at the very top of Monongahela. Right down the street from us.
Right. So they don't, I mean, there's some haziness whether the Colvin witch was supposed to be tied to demon house or not, but it does, I've seen the tombstone. It is there. After people did a lot of digging, though, they realized that this witch's broom also at that time was probably more likely the torch of life being extinguished. So they actually don't. Yeah, so they kind of explain that it's not a witch's broom.
That's what I read. It was a light being extinguished.
Yes, the cemetery and a lot of historians in town feel that it is more likely that is the torch of life that is being extinguished, and it just happens to look like a witch's broom. But of course, with Demon House being in town, and then people talking about, this Colvin witch tomb, people freaked out. Just the thought of a witch in town was enough. So I think also just the conspiracy of a witch is enough.
I'm trying to find a picture of it, but I can't. It says Colvin. There's a Seguin witch. I don't think that's the same thing.
No, I'm gonna.
Well, if the witch was tied to the demon house, I wonder if that would have anything to do with the portal that they claimed was there, because way back in history, there was people that went in there and never came back out, like on a rescue mission kind of thing for somebody that disappeared. Was it like 4 or 5 people disappeared? They went in and then then like the ground shook and all this crazy.
And there's actual police reports. Yeah, from like when that happened, there's actual police reports of that.
I can't find anything.
If you, I went on Google. Google.
I might be spelling it wrong. C-O.
Yeah, I went on Google and just typed in Colvin witch, Colvin witch, and then Monongahela, PA. And you'll see
Monongahela.
It does come up under images.
I'm just spelling Monongahela wrong.
Monongahela.
Here it is.
Good luck.
I just warnings.
Big Mon, little Gahela.
Yeah, you tell people where you're from, Monongahela.
Did we have them on the show?
Who?
Yeah, we had Thomas White on the show.
Yeah, Tom White. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, we had him on the show, but I don't recall that story about the broom.
Yeah, I can't think. I'm trying to see if I can get it up bigger here, but.
And you said it was a broom.
To me, I mean, I get where they're coming from. It does look like a broom, but they do claim that it's the torch of life being extinguished.
The torch of light.
Never heard of that one before.
On how you perceive it.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it. It's pretty cool. It looks like a witch's broom, but it's upside down.
I don't think I can switch it around.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on it.
I can show you on here, but of course, like it's not gonna.
I just have that the tombstone that has a broom on it. That's all I have. I don't even know if that's the right picture. Yeah, that's the right picture. The tombstone.
Yeah, it's just a giant tombstone. It says Colvin, but that is.
So Pedro commented. He says, "Witches usually read me faster. Makes easier to me to communicate with humans."
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite sure what that means.
Yeah. Can you explain that, Pedro, again?
He doesn't want to.
Then there's the voodoo queen from New Orleans, Aunt Julia Brown. That's a good story. We went there.
Go ahead.
He says I could if the CIA had let me.
Well, there was a voodoo princess, and she lived in, her queen, that lived in Natchez, Natchez, Louisiana. Natchez. Wait a minute. No, it's not Natchez, Mississippi. It was in.
Is your brain
Jan, where's that place?
Jeez.
Hey, Jan.
Janice.
But it was. She lived in the town, and she used to sit on her porch and sing, "When I die, I'm taking the whole town with me." Her name was Aunt Julia Brown. And when she died, the whole town went to her funeral. And it's Fanier, Louisiana. And then when she died, there was a hurricane at her funeral, and it wiped out the town. And the townspeople that survived buried her in a gully so she would stay underwater. And their cemetery's up on a hill, and the swamp tour takes you right past and you can see it. And a friend of ours, Sue, was with us, and she said, "Can you walk back in there?" And the guy said, "No, it's all swamp." She goes, "I just seen a woman back there with a headscarf on, a black woman." And he goes, "I don't think anybody would walk in there because you'd have to walk like 3 miles through the swamp to get there." And it was, she was all shook up. She was like white, and it was interesting experience. I love it.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Me too.
Pedro says that witches are basically psychic women.
That's good.
Okay.
Of course, everyone is psychic, but some have the extra nitro.
What?
Interesting.
Oh,
that's what he says. So in other words, he's saying witches are basically women that are psychic, but just some have more power, I guess. You know.
I mean,
we should.
Go ahead.
Oh, we should have a. Go ahead, Nina.
I was going to say, like, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I do feel like maybe that used to be kind of the old theory on it as well, is because, I mean, you think about whenever, you know, the conspiracy of witch was being hollered in Salem, if anybody would have even claimed to be in any way psychic, instantly witch. Mm-hmm. You know what? So I do feel like what he's stating, I do feel like I've heard this before. I mean, I don't know if that is the actuality or not. I personally don't believe it is, but I do feel like I have heard that before, where, you know, if you do have a certain level of psychic ability, you know, they instantly labeled you as a witch because you have an ability that is above and beyond the normal.
Yes.
So I do feel like that used to be kind of the way that women were viewed that did have psychic abilities.
And we met a 6th generation witch up in Salem once.
Oh, wow.
No, that's a. Oh, yeah,
God. Jenny, did you see that? Did you see that link I sent you earlier about the? It was talking about a time traveler from the year like 2714 or something, saying that the UFOs are supposed to start war tomorrow on Earth.
Yeah,
did you see that?
I heard that tomorrow they're going to be testing the EMF. We're going to have an FCC is going to be doing a what do you call it? Emergency alert?
Worldwide.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a video on it.
Is it going to interrupt my work? Because I would like a nice break. Not going to lie.
There's even people are calling it, and there's going to be a lockdown, national lockdown. I can just see what's going to happen. I got a message from. Yeah. Okay, let's see what is going to happen August 11th.
So, Jason, have you bought any more equipment for fun?
I took a break for a couple weeks from buying stuff.
Okay. Is there something that you want to get that will help us?
I got those thanks to Russ. Yes. The only thing left that I really would like to get my hands on is an Ovulus.
Okay.
I thought you wanted a thermal.
Well, that too. So the last two things I like to get my hands on. Did Jenny leave? She disappeared.
Dropped Jenny. Jeez, where'd she go?
Jenny disappeared. But no, I would like to get a thermal, and that'd be a nice to add to the artillery, and as well as an Ovulus. We see them on all the ghost hunter shows, and people in the past that we've come in contact with had them and had good experience with them, and they seem to work pretty good. So, I think there's like a 5-month build time or something on them like that, and they're like $500.
Wow.
And you can't find them used. Yeah, and you can't find them used at all.
No.
So
that's because people hold on to them.
Yeah. And, what's weird is like it seems like a lot of people are going for the Ovulus 3. It seems to be in really high demand. I don't know if it's because that's what they used on Ghost Adventures the most.
Probably.
But
you know what? The only thing that I don't like about the Ovulus is that it has programmed words in it. So
well, it's like a dictionary, but
right. So why would I don't know. I'd rather go with the Ghost Box than I would go with an Ovulus.
Hey, I'm going to try to play something, guys. I want to see if you can hear it, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if you're going to be able to, but... Can you hear that?
No.
Wait a minute.
Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely torture. Let me see. I wonder if I take my... You won't be able to hear if I take my headphones.
Oh, that...
I think if I take... I'm going to try something, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's not going to hurt, is it?
Swish the sour liquid in your mouth.
Oh.
What?
Wait, what?
Powerful sour liquid.
The scientists have invented a powerful sour liquid to swish in your mouth.
Is this from Paranormal Investigating?
I was really creeped out for a minute.
Ectoplasma. Jeez.
I don't want to swish any sour liquid in my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Can you hear any of that? No.
Let me see.
Okay, I quit.
You have to do a voiceover for us, Jenny. Or
what's it saying, Jen?
Captions on.
It was trying to explain what was going to happen tomorrow, but I don't know why I can't do it on here. You can't hear any of that.
No. All I saw was something about the, UFOs are supposed to inflict war starting tomorrow, according to a time traveler on TikTok.
Yeah, well, let me see if I can pull it up on.
I feel like that means I should be off work.
What's that?
Joseph.
I feel like that means I get the day off.
Yeah, take the day off.
Right? I work online.
Can you see what I have on the screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use something. I'm gonna try to do something.
Joe, what do you think about tomorrow?
FEMA and FCC plan nationwide emergency alert tests for August the 11th. Test messages will be sent to TVs and radios along with select cell phones that have opted in to receive test messages. Release date, June the 11th, 2021. Washington. FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, will conduct a nationwide test of the Emergency Alert System, the EAS, and Wireless Emergency Alerts, WEA, this summer. The national test will consist of two portions, testing WEA and EAS capabilities. Both tests will begin at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, August the 11th. The wireless emergency alert portion of the test will be directed only to consumer cell phones where the subscriber has opted in to receive test messages. This will be the second nationwide WEA test, but the first nationwide WEA test on a consumer opt-in basis. The test message will display in either Spanish or English, depending on the language settings of the wireless handset. The emergency alert system portion of the test will be sent to radios and televisions. This will be the sixth nationwide EAS test. FEMA and the FCC are coordinating with EAS participants, wireless providers, emergency managers, and other stakeholders in preparation for this national test to minimize confusion and to maximize the public safety value of the test. The test is intended to ensure public safety officials have the methods and the systems that will deliver urgent alerts and warnings to the public in times of an emergency or a disaster. Major information about the test includes: the purpose of the August 11th test is to ensure that EAS and WEA systems continue to be effective means of warning public about emergencies, particularly those on a national level, period.
So I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it doesn't sound
Me
like
neither.
it's kind of.
Joe, what's your thoughts on the about the time travelers saying that aliens are supposed to start war with us tomorrow?
I haven't heard anything about any wars, and I haven't seen nothing on the EBS system. The station has an EBS. We're required to carry one, so anytime they do tests, I usually get a usually a couple of days warning. Usually it's a month or two, because we are required to every now and then. They'll just come in and boop. Whenever the system goes off in Mississippi or in Louisiana, for that matter, pops off here. It just kicks the system in, and whatever warning, they just take over everything. It takes over everything and starts working. Now, if I'm sitting here, I can override it, but that's all I can do. But by law, I have to have one for the station because we have a large enough audience and we cover enough area that we're required to have an EBS system. And they do use it. I didn't hear it much. During COVID, I didn't hear it hardly at all. But I have seen, like in 2019, 2018, they use it a lot. And I'm surprised. If they use it tomorrow, it'll be a surprise. So I'm just telling y'all. And if alien comes, like, oh, I'm good with the aliens. We're friends, man.
No, yeah.
I'll fry them up some alligator, roll them up some Kudam balls. We have a little roast out on the back porch.
Open up some bourbon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some gumbo.
I don't know. Why would they actually do this just for the cell phones? For the 5G? I don't know.
See, haven't we gotten like something like that before, like a couple of years ago, where all of a sudden everybody's phone was blowing up with this, alert message or something? I could have sworn they did that.
I mean, I kind of get the idea, because if you are opted in for any, obviously it's not the same thing, but like I'll receive all kinds of alerts on my phone for either inclement weather or the Amber Alerts. I think a lot of people get the Amber Alerts a lot of the times as well. So, obviously this is much larger scale, but essentially they could just be checking the system. It is a little bit odd that it kind of coincides with what you're talking about, Jason, about, some kind of alien.
You're saying that the time traveler dudes are saying that there's going to be an alien invasion tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
That's
some time traveler from the year like 2744 or 14 or something like that.
Wow, man.
Saying
I'm tired of hearing time travelers.
I'm definitely on track.
Oh, no, I could, if there isn't I wish I had that video you sent me. How long ago was it?
2 hours.
2 hours ago? And it was in my messenger?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Because I don't. 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I thought you might find it kind of interesting.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, is there a video, or is it just?
I think it was like an article.
It's not.
It was a link to an article.
Okay, wait, but I see it was on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok, and I'll let you guys listen to it.
Aliens to arrive on Earth tomorrow to start war, says time traveler.
Okay, so, what did you say?
Aliens to arrive on Earth tomorrow to start war, says time travel.
I wish it would happen, to tell you the truth. Seriously.
What if they came and got you first, Jenny?
I would like it. Wait.
Why would you like it, Jen?
I don't know.
Why would you like it?
Yes, please do tell. We're curious.
Please do tell, Jen.
Shut up. Okay, I'm trying to find that particular one. I'm going to look up his name. His name is Warp. Let's see if I can find him. Because I listen to TikTok all day, practically, when I don't know, I'm just obsessed with it. So let me see if I can find his S-Tick. That's a goofy one. S-Tick. Go ahead and talk some more about why I look for that time warper.
Okay.
You gotta let us know why you would enjoy getting a bucket.
Because I don't like the human race. I want to go back to where I came from.
You came from aliens?
Sure.
Came from an alien form?
I believe it. Okay, here it is. Let me see if this is it. Let me see.
Hey, wait. When was this time traveler from?
Like the year 2744 or something.
2714.
Well, if he wasn't speaking Mandarin, it's not for real, man.
He said, yes, I'm a real time traveler from the year 2714. Something amazing happens on August 11, 2021. I'm trying to find that particular.
That's the day I went to Powerball.
Maybe.
So is the TikTok from the time traveler or
here,
someone else?
I found it here. Let's see if you can. Sure, you can't see it. You can't
We're off to
hear
a
it.
good start. We can hear that a little bit.
I would say that's an amazing start.
Yeah, you can't see it. What he has to say. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can pull. Let me share the screen. See, I have to do it. I have to do it on my phone and on the screen because it says screwed up. I can't get audio.
But see, didn't we just have something a couple weeks ago where like it was supposed to be the end of the world or alien invasion, and we're like, oh, guess what? We're back to work.
Can you see that, guys?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
So the TikToker is claiming this.
Yeah,
he's a time traveler.
Yeah, he's a time traveler. And he says there will be a very large meteor shower that will last for 2 weeks. Well, you know what? There are the Perseus. Is that what it is now? You can go out. You can go out this week and see. Oh, maybe it'll be a really big meteor shower. I never thought of that. So that could
my question is what else is on his page? If he's a time traveler,
what's on his page?
What else would be on there? I mean, if he's a time traveler,
he keeps just saying. He just keeps telling I'm a real time traveler. We should probably try to get him on the show. The first Nordic War begins. It's a Nordic War. It's a Nordic War. Yeah. The Nordic War. Is that 2025? The first Nordic War begins. An alien versus human war in space. And he says, well, this is going, well, it's not, they're talking about 2035. Oh, he's a time traveler, I forgot. So he goes up and down. Yeah. So he says there's a big thing coming tomorrow. There's going to be a meteor shower. He says the first Nordic War begins. An alien versus human war. Space humans barely win, but at a large cost. But tomorrow is he is one after the other. So he says there's going to be a very large meteor shower that will last for 2 weeks starting tomorrow. And that is why they're going to lock us down, because they're going to be broadcasting it on. They're going to be broadcasting it. Yes, that's what they're going to do. They're going to lock us down, and they're going to say it's because there's a meteor shower.
Jenny solved the mystery.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm glad it's time to go.
Oh look, yeah, there's the alien right now. Imagine that. That was what was outside your window last night, Jenny. Making all
Maybe.
weird noises.
Well, it said witching hour. It says 10:54. Isn't that the witching hour?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to say
show, guys.
Yeah. Well, we want to apologize for our show.
Yeah, Torture Tuesday.
It was our first Tuesday night, so that you get an idea of that we're going to have I might have to quit and let Jason and Nina can take over. And she can take my place. Okay.
Yeah, y'all did pretty good. You almost beat your Thursday night record first night out.
Oh, God. Oh, sure. Okay. Well, it was nice seeing you all. I'm glad you tuned in for Torture Tuesday with Sean, Jason, and Adina. You're always more than welcome to come on board. And we'd love to have you. Okay. Well,
thank you, everybody.
See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
For Torture
See you next
Tuesday.
Torture Tuesday. Yep. Torture Tuesday.
Oh.
Torture Tuesday.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.